That was so awesome.
What was that?
Welcome back, everybody, to another finally official episode 2 of the Brother Saga podcast. Because somebody had to get sick last week, and then I had to go and do a thing. So, yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't me, it was him, over there.
Hey, Chipotle happens, okay?
Right.
That's what we're pretty sure it was some bad food from Chipotle.
Right. Wasn't none of the Rona?
No, because it was literally one day and it was done.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So, because you were sick last week, I still wanted to do something that night because I was already planning on doing something anyway with you. So I decided to do my first recoming, I guess. That's not a fucking word. Return. There we go. Of the public domain with Myke Shrews that I did. And then I went back and looked through the history, dude. I realized I hadn't done that in 2 years. So
2 years.
2 years. And then my first return, fucking Facebook booted me off of the live feed. Because
What was it, like the last 20 minutes of this movie?
Bro, I had 20, maybe 20 minutes less with credits and everything, because those older movies, they dragged out with their credits with the slower music and shit like that. So I had like 20 minutes tops left, and they just kicked me off. And at first, when it kicked me off, it gave me a warning stating that some music was being played that was copyrighted. I was like, no, bullshit. I was like, I double checked all that crap. And then like when it finally closed it all out, while I was trying to get back to going live, that's when I got the notification stating that my video contained too much erotic nudity, apparently. Which then put me into like a pissed off rage. Luckily, when I went back live that same night, just a few minutes afterwards, I kept my composure, but inside I was just like, these motherfuckers.
Why cancel me?
Right? I'm not even worth being canceled. Dude, so yeah, basically I spent the next day afterwards like going through their entire freaking library of like their rules of profanity and nudity and sexuality and all that stuff. Apparently, you can do it all though, as long as it's being made fun of. If you're doing nudity in a comedic way, according to Facebook's things, kind of the way the verbiage is, anyways, you can get away with it. Apparently.
So they can just stream spoof porn all over the place.
So, well, next time because I already have another movie that I know does have like one boob scene. Granted, the movie we were watching last week had a lot of boob scenes in it. So, yeah, I can see why, so you can't be too mad.
What was the 80s or?
It was the 70s. That one was from 70s. And it was for today's standards, it would have been like softcore porn, basically. Back then, it was just whatever.
It was just a movie.
So, yeah, that was interesting. Like I said, I do have another one that I know has one boob scene in it, but just to be safe, I'm probably gonna do like a logo floating over the boob wherever it's moving and stuff. Just track it out or something.
Yeah.
It should be interesting. But yeah,
It's really an American thing, though, realistically, because like a lot of these other countries, they show way
too much boobage.
more than we did. Well, they show a lot more on their public TV and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean they do a bunch of different stuff, on there, but I don't know. It's it's one of those things that yeah, it's a hit or miss. Whatever.
Right.
Well, um, since I'm on the topic of that, anyways, I am planning on doing another movie, going forward. Um, I'm looking at doing it next week on Wednesday night. Because I usually record Operation Babel in the afternoon or sometimes mornings on Wednesday. So I was just like, you know what? It's going to be one of those days I can do the live stream of the public domain thing while I finish editing.
Right.
um, because it doesn't take much to edit that podcast anyways, because we usually leave almost everything in. It's
Right.
unscripted and uncensored.
How much did you cut out of this one that we just did?
So yeah, so for people that don't know,
That one was long.
the episode we actually recorded it on a Thursday, so yesterday. Um, and we had Kenny on and another guest, Tivis, who's been on the Operation Babel podcast before. And that just dropped this morning, so I'm not sure of how many people have listened to it yet or not.
Or had that much in a day to listen to
Right, but I ended
it.
up cutting out, I want to say about 20, 30 minutes from it. And
Well, we were on it for like what, three
three, it was
hours?
we were on for 3 hours, 3 hours. So it's a good thing we started earlier in the morning.
I
So
think John's the first one to realize it was 3 hours, and then I looked at my phone. I'm like, oh god.
yeah, yeah, it was a long one, but I mean, what we spend a lot of time on certain topics that, so
Wrestling for how many hours?
oh, we were only on wrestling for, well, it wasn't even
For
just
like an
wrestling,
hour.
bro. No, it wasn't even just wrestling because we were talking about like the business side of it, XFL,
Yeah.
all that crap. And again, if people
Right.
want to hear about that shit, they can go and listen to the
Right.
two hours and 45 or 46 minutes episode, but that's with a stinger after the credits. Because after the credits, I put like something that we cut out where you said something, and I was like, okay, that's fucking funny. I'm just gonna toss it in the stinger
Oh god.
because
I'm gonna have to
it
listen
didn't
to it now.
it didn't make sense to leave it in the actual episode,
Oh god.
but I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave it at the end here. So yeah,
Right.
there's quite a few of those. I was just like, all right.
Like I think we had like a 20-minute rant on iPhones.
Yeah, I cut that. That
Did
was
you?
it was about 10 or 12 minutes, and I cut that because that was a big one. I was just like, well, it didn't really go anywhere, and then
Yeah, no.
so I was just like, let's cut that. I did save that segment, so future listeners of that podcast can check it out later down the road.
Right. Well,
Because I'm
well, this
planning
thing is,
on
he was
putting a
like,
compilation together for that. So
he tried to put me into that, but then he never bounced anything off of me about not being an iPhone
oh
person.
yeah.
It's like, glad I'm here because I don't use iPhone, but then you don't say nothing to me.
Yeah, no, that's basically how everything goes on there. Like if it's something that's just like, okay, this definitely isn't gonna go anywhere. So okay.
Right,
Um,
right.
but there's a couple fun moments in there, especially uh yeah, there's a few good fun moments. I just love, I'm proud, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about that episode because if people really want to watch it, they can. Um,
Right.
or listen to it. I mean, the the best thing about that episode to me, is the title. Now, when I wrote it, I was literally doing it to the tune of 12 Days of Christmas. Going like 20 recommends 5 wrestling stories, 3 video games, 1 UFO, and a dictator missing. And that's how I came up with
So you had no sleep in.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
No sleep, nothing. I was just like, okay, whatever.
that's
So,
definitely how you get in trouble there. No sleep trying to make a title.
right. So, what have you been up to, man?
Today was a lawn work day. Not fun. But it wasn't too bad because half my grass is dead, so I just like mowed around the dead spots. I just mowed what was tall and just went around it. So it
Yeah.
like cut my mowing time in half.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because I'm one of those weirdos with the electric lawnmower.
Yeah.
I just
We
it's got
have we had we got the electric lawnmower because our gas went like we were always buying the used gas mowers anyways for a while, and then
yeah
we found a really nice electric mower where the battery's like the fucking size of your car battery that you
right.
just pop in there, you pull it out and charge it. And we had let it sit for too long 1 year, so I had to get the whole battery replaced.
Oh
But then when we moved into our actual house that we're in now, like the grass was just too thick. So you would have to like stop every so often and recharge the battery because, it just couldn't handle it, which was
I was gonna say
weird.
like grass is like standing on cactuses.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like what is this?
Right. I know. Well, we ended up getting a gas mower finally. Again, I should say. And
Yeah,
I love that thing because that powers through almost everything. So,
right. The one I got actually I got from Home Depot and it shares the battery with the weed whacker and the leaf blower.
oh, that's cool.
So
Is
I've
it
got
like
three batteries.
is it the Ryobi one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
So I've got,
I looked at that one. That one was pretty dope.
but I have that charger and I've got three batteries
Mm.
because I have three different items. So I just toss one in the mower to run it, and then I have a second one that you can carry on board on the mower. Switch out. I do the whole lawn and two batteries.
Yeah. There we go.
But
Now
like
I'm not
today,
so
I
blown
pretty
out.
much. But today I did it probably like a battery, and then like I probably only used like a quarter of the last one because it's so much dead grass.
So, I don't know. I miss mowing grass up there. It was so easy. Um I remember just like hooking the snowboard to the lawnmower and popping it in third gear and just letting it drag me across the yard.
Dude, we haven't had that lawnmower in ages. The self-propelled one.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
Oh
haven't had
yeah.
that in ages.
Does you guys not have self drive at all on yours?
No, not mine.
No.
It was like an extra $100 for self-drive.
Is it? I guess I didn't pay
Yeah,
attention.
or something like that. And I was like, I know how to push a mower.
Yeah. We have
I don't need.
the one we got. You
So if it
hold the
gets
stupid
stuck,
thing down and shit.
yeah,
But it's only front wheel drive anyway, so
yeah,
it's not really pulling me.
right. But like sometimes with those, like all it does is sit there, and if you get stuck or something,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's just gonna rip your grass up anyways.
Yeah. There's there was one, well, the one we had growing up anyways. Well, at least me growing up. You're a little younger, but that one was a beast, bro. Like I don't even know how it did like half the stuff it did. It was basically like if you flip the thing upside down, you could just use it as a mulcher too.
Yeah,
If the gas didn't pour out, of course. That
that
thing
thing
was,
was insane.
yeah. Um Oh, real quick before I forget, because I was talking about doing the stupid public domain thing again next week. I'm planning on Wednesday. I don't know how the hell I got off track with that. Um,
Right.
but I wanted people to know, and you, because I'm assuming you might watch it if you're off that day. Um, where I'm going to be doing the monster from a prehistoric planet. Oh my gosh, look at that. Hear my oldest kid just chomping down on like something spicy because I saw him sneak downstairs.
What is it was spicy.
uh, the Takis, spicy Takis, like
Oh.
like kind of like spicy cheese poofs, I guess, or something like that. So
Oh yeah.
I wanted to share this with everybody in you. This is my mask I wear in public
Really.
whenever whenever I go out. So I get to wear
Right.
this and look
Well,
like a pizza.
that's kind of funny though, cause like we have are supposed to wear masks when we go out to like stores and stuff like that here,
Oh, it's
but
mandatory right now?
in Ohio it is
Okay.
for certain. I think it's for certain places.
Is it for patrons or for just the workers?
Everybody now, I
For
think,
everybody? Okay.
but ain't nobody listen.
But
It's
but aren't they opening shit up more too?
they're starting to, but it's like it's certain things like the car stereo place opened recently. I don't know what
Yes,
use that is, but
they're on Monday here is when in Florida they're gonna start opening up more stuff like
yeah,
certain retail stores that aren't grocery and shit like that can
yeah,
finally
they
open back up.
opened like clothing stores and stuff like that where you walk your carry out like you order it, come pick it up type thing. I think is what they
Mm,
did, like curbside.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
They're doing
but
restaurants and stuff soon on Monday, I think, and then like outpatient procedures and stuff like that they're allowing for
they
hospitals.
started. Mm, I think they started the elective or whatever surgeries and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But
That's cool.
they extended our stay-at-home order though till the 29th.
Yeah, they're like opening shit back up, and then they're like, but you gotta stay at home anyway. So it's like, what's the point of those businesses opening?
Yeah, I was confused. I'm like, you're kind of doing two opposite things right now. You're opening stuff up, but then at the
Yeah.
same time you're telling us to stay home longer, which it really hasn't affected me that much until I got sent home
Mm,
because you kind of have to stay home
right.
because it's a mandatory quarantine from work. But like before this, like I literally went to work and went home.
Right.
That was it. I literally would go to work and be like, "Do we need anything from the store before I leave? Go get it,
Yeah.
cash out, and leave." This
So
That's
now you
pretty much
got
my schedule. I didn't do any of that.
right. You just have more and more crap to do now
Yeah.
since you're not going in. That's
Right now,
always
now
fun.
I'm just now I'm just stuck at home working on the house all the time now. I'm getting tired of it.
You'll get
Yeah.
used to it. No. Well, you go back
Hope
on Sunday or Monday. You said
Sunday, because
Sunday.
our work week actually starts on Saturday, but I have Saturdays off,
Gotcha. Okay.
so it's weird.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
It's kind of nice though, because it's my early day, so I get out at 5.
Yeah.
Because my normal schedule, I get out at 7. So
So, how long were you out for? Just a week or for like 7 days
yeah,
or?
it's 7 days. You're supposed to go back on your 8th day, which would have been Saturday, but I'm off.
Gotcha.
I go back on Sunday.
They're just gonna have you keep doing the same thing then?
I hope so. I don't have a department, so
Right. Yeah,
makes sense.
they're probably not gonna open your department up for a minute, huh? If they decide
Yeah.
to.
Well, like from what our security manager said, because he's technically an assistant.
Hmm.
He said that they were thinking like August.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
But like before people even knew what was going on, they were like, they put out the data like April 26th, and then they were like June,
Hmm.
July, August.
They're like,
They just kept on going down the line.
whenever we
Uh,
think that we might open up, that's when we'll
well,
decide to
it's
do it.
weird because at the same time they just gave me a 50 some tire. I think it was like 54 tire shipment.
Oh yeah.
That actually
Before
came
they
in
closed you up?
the 29th. No, the 29th of um April.
Oh, weird.
Because it's a new tire that we're carrying in multiple sizes, so they shipped them to us while we were closed.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got the message from one of my employees. They're like, "Yeah, these tires came in. Did you know anything about it?" I was like, "Yeah, I read the email that was sent to all the stores,
Yeah.
and I told multiple people that they were coming in."
Well, I fucking hate talking about work because I'm not really working right now.
Well, the funniest thing is, he was like, "Yeah, apparently nobody knew about it, so they stuffed a bunch of boxes of bikes in here.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, fighting for our own area to have tires."
Oh
He's like, "Are
man.
you kidding me?" I'm like, "Well, I get to clean up a mess when I get back."
Oh, so is there anything going on right now that's different? Like, I don't want to say different because everything's fucking different for everybody. But
Right.
is there anything going on that's I don't fucking know. Never mind. I'm guessing. I think I'm saying like basically anything that you're not used to doing. Like you're still doing the construction in the basement, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think
Okay,
the only days I really didn't work on that was when I was sick and like a couple days after trying to recover.
gotcha.
But I've been mostly been working on that since I started feeling better.
Right. Okay.
But like in the moment when I called work, I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what this is or how long I'm be sick." So I
Yeah.
called them and they're like, "Well, you got to be self quarantine for 7 days." I'm like, "Okay,"
Hmm. Okay.
because I was like 4 hours in my morning, just yeah,
Right.
not having fun.
Just sitting
So
there. So, okay, then my next question is going to be
I didn't
um
do it.
have like okay, so quarantine's been going on for it's been 2 or 3 months, 2 months, 2.5 months.
I think it's about a month and a half or something like that, because they started shortening store hours and stuff like that in the middle of March.
Okay. So since
A lot of
quarantine,
that stay-at-home orders started in March.
right. So with that going on, well, I guess first of all, like with going to the gym or working out or anything like that, did you do any of that before the quarantine?
No, because I'm fat. No, I was always too busy to even get in the gym.
Okay.
Like
Um
it's funny because one of my friends is a personal trainer, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll get to the gym with you." No, no, never happened.
so are you doing anything um right now workout wise or no?
Uh, Besides holding drywall above my head to put on the ceiling, no,
Oh well. Well,
that sucks.
yeah. Yeah, it does suck. Are you doing it by yourself or no?
No,
Okay.
would
Well,
help.
I
Maybe not.
have I have been trying to um
Trying to work out.
trying to work out, but then I go
I,
and do stupid things like this or I need these things to keep going because
Right. Well, like I
I'm a fat
think I
pig.
tried to do like what I usually would do if I did like an ab workout and
Mm.
like some push-ups, and I ended up with pain across my chest for probably a good 4 or 5 days because I didn't like gradually go back into it as like a
Wow.
full workout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, dude, it was the dumbest thing ever. My lower abdomen hurt for like 3 days. I was like, I'm dying. Don't do that again. Give me a Twinkie. Oh,
Wow.
dude, I was like, why did I do this ever?
Oh,
Yeah,
you. There's always the thing like for us here anyway. Like I
just can't
have
jump. You can't jump right back into working out where
no,
you used to be.
no. There's no reason to freaking jump right back into working out like full force like you would.
Right,
Unless you're like me and I just do it randomly. Um,
right.
it's funny though
But like,
because what?
I don't think I could do any of the workouts I was doing in college.
No, I
No, because I was probably running 3 miles
yeah,
and then doing, arm workouts
yeah. So
and
I'm
all that stuff. It was ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure everything I did in college I could still do. Everything I did in high school I could still do. And I did a lot of physical activity then. I can still
Right,
do it, but my body's going to feel 100% like shit for like at
right,
least a month afterwards. Just like not even like a couple days or, a week or so, but a whole month. I've been going out into our garage where we have our workout equipment. We have like a whole section where like a whole car could go, or more workbenches or something. That's just like nothing but workout area. Got the bench with the weights, a bunch of different ab things, an elliptical. I even freaking mounted the little
right.
TV out there to give me more of a reason to be like, okay, I can just go out there and binge watch something while I work out or something like
Right.
that.
That
But
was one of the things that I got yelled at for. I was like, why'd you put a TV in the garage?
right.
So I can work out here and watch TV?
Yeah,
So I can scream at the car and quit and watch TV instead. That's why.
right. Well, I I've been using it, and then with the kids being homeschooled, I make them go out there and use the gym, um,
Right.
quote unquote, uh for gym class, and been getting them to do curls, and I get Micah to do. Uh, he runs on the elliptical. He does uh, uh, squats with the weight on his back and stuff like that
Yeah.
with the bar, and just a bunch of different other things. And then I do it too every so often. Bro, I did not realize how much out of shape I was until this quarantine.
Right.
I
Well,
could
it's like I
not
say when I
do
did
it.
the I tried to do the abs and push-ups.
Oh,
Like I can't. I'm so out of shape.
you're right. It and you don't realize it. And then like today, so today, the reason this is in my mind is because earlier today, Nick wanted to do her workout class because she does kickboxing, and right now they're doing classes through Zoom meetings and shit like that. So there's someone at the
That
gym.
makes sense, really.
Yeah, so they do it that way. So there's a trainer at the gym going through the program, and then everyone else is just in the Zoom meeting doing it, which is kind of cool. So she was gonna do that, but she got in like at the last few minutes of the class. So she asked if I wanted to work out with her. I said, sure, why not? Let's do it. Um, I really didn't say it like that. I was like, ugh, fine, whatever, okay. um, but I gotta be honest about it, But so we're out there working out and stuff, and like she's showing like doing all these like fast paced exercises that they do in the classes there, and like I'm doing them, and she's like looking at me like, did that hurt? Like I'm supposed to be in more pain than I am, I guess. But I think my body's been so banged up throughout the years that the pain from those like quick workouts that hurt other people on like a daily basis, like it's basic. It's
Right.
it's not even real pain. What it is it's just the inflammation of your muscles being used, the friction going back and forth.
Right.
Like she was doing some weird like uh twisty ab thing. I am not a workout guru, people, so I don't know names of these things. But she was doing something
Right.
like that, and then we did like reverse planks, I guess it was, or inverted planks or something. I don't know what the technical term for it is. And like I'm there doing it, and then she stopped, just randomly freaking stopped, bro. And I didn't realize it. I thought we were still just supposed to do it. And she's just like waiting to see when I would give up. And I was just like looking over. I was like, this doesn't hurt though. I'm like, I have fatty, like just a big fat gut right now, but this isn't hurting my abs like it should.
Right.
What is wrong? Maybe I'm either doing the workout wrong, or maybe they're doing the workout wrong to make it hurt more.
I don't know. Probably.
But that's my stupid workout thing. Like I just been, because we have the gym here now, so I've been trying to somewhat get into shape, but then again I go out and get my Hostess cupcakes. So or
Right.
like she'll come in and be like, we should eat healthier, and then I'll be like, okay. And then what's for dessert? Oh, this big ass cake that we just made. Like, that defeats the point of
Oh
eating the
God.
salad for dinner.
Right. That's kind of the one of the biggest thing is like Michelle's constantly making cupcakes and cakes for people now
Yeah. Oh,
because she
jeez.
just started doing that. Like she's got her whole Facebook page and everything for it now. So she's making extra money on the side, but then at the same time, it's like, oh, there's extra from when I made cupcakes. You want me to make a small cake for us to eat at home? I'm like, no,
Right.
no, don't do that. Cause like she had like enough to make like a, you know how like the little kids have a little small circle cake.
Mm.
She had extra from cupcakes and made another cake for somebody.
Huh.
So I was like, man, I no, cause for Emmett's birthday we had a little bit of extra for when she made the cake. She was like, oh, do you want this? Like I tried a bit,
Mm.
and I was like, no, I can't have too much, because there's probably like a whole plate full of just
See,
shavings from where she made it a circle,
I
like
think
a flat circle.
the whole thing is, and this is me thinking this just because I want to be this guy. I feel that it's something that's ingrained into women. Okay, so back in the day, the it was always a uh support thing where the guys had to be the main support for the household, blah 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 blah. So the women would always make food and stuff like that, right? They would take care of their man. And then what would they do? They would fatten him up so he can't leave because they they needed that money to come in it. And this is completely like back in the day. I'm not It's not a sexist thing. It's like back in the day. That's what people did. I'm under the assumption that they fattened them up so that they wouldn't leave because they wanted to keep that coming in. Now, with that said, I feel that it's been ingrained into society to where wives just keep fattening their husbands up and then bitch about it like after 2 years. Like,
Nowadays it's just to fatten us up to make them feel better.
right.
You're a fat one. You did this to me.
You did this to me.
it's it's like, they get the after effects of pregnancy, and we get the after effects of them making us cake.
Oh
Except for
boy.
the sad thing is when we had Emmett, I gained more weight during the pregnancy than she did
Yeah, sympathy
while
weight, bro.
being 9 months pregnant. I'm like, how did I gain more weight than you did? You have a second person in you.
It's sympathy weight. That's all it is.
Oh, and I haven't lost it.
Well, I don't know about that. So, well, you're also drinking a beer as you're
Shut
complaining
up.
about being fat.
Oh, well, when you work for a company this long, you just need a beer.
You haven't been working for a week though, so what's your excuse now?
And I've been renovating a room with our father.
Okay,
That's
then you need 5 beers.
right. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Do it right. But luckily, Travis came over, so
Yeah,
that helped quite a bit. 'Cause, yeah.
cause yeah.
Well, no, we had one of Rochelle's friends who works with her come over. So I'm like, if you have it, you already got it anyways, because you guys sit at desks right next to each other.
Right.
Um, she came over was trying to help, and yeah, no, she. I was like, she can help paint next time.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just a lot easier when you have three people that are about the same height holding up drywall to put screws in it.
Right.
So when you have somebody there that's, she's tall, but at the same time she's trying to put the screws in and not looking where the boards were. Some of it looked like there was zigzags in the ceiling. It was funny as hell.
So, wow.
I'd have to send you pictures. It was funny. Did we
This one.
get a comment?
Okay. So,
Kidding.
before any of us get our wits to us, and they're just like, "Let's go for the night." Even though we're not even an hour in, I don't think. So we're good. Um, I just want to point out something, and it's this right here, the logo for the podcast.
the the babies.
The babies. Um, so, and then I'll pull up a bigger version in a second here,
Oh god.
if I can pull it up. So I think it's this one. Here we go.
Oh, that looks a little too big.
Yeah, it's a little too big. Fit to screen. There we go. And then, so we got the logo here. And this is what the logo. What are your thoughts on that? Because I sent you the picture, and the first thing that came out of your mouth was, "Why babies?" and and
I was sitting there like, why babies? What the hell?
and just because you said that, whining like a little baby, I was like, because you're a big baby. um, so why babies? Well, when I was designing the logo, I was it's all I could find was two babies next to each other. Because I didn't draw the fucking babies, so just so people know, I'm not, that great.
Right.
But I thought they were cool. Um, there are different variations that I had done. This seemed to be the best one. I really liked the one I did where they're like almost like pitch black. Um, just because the color scheme worked really good with it. But
Yeah.
I think because of using a black background a lot of times, it probably wouldn't look as great when the contrast isn't there. Um,
Right.
And then, of course, I was told, well, you guys aren't black. So I was like, well, that's racist to say that. But
Who
okay.
said that?
Yes.
Somebody said that.
Yeah. You know who you are. I was like, it's a logo. It doesn't have to represent the color of my skin. But
Well, like
okay.
there was the one that you sent me that was
Super bright.
like clear. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
almost clear.
Yeah, that was an inverted version of it. So, yeah.
That one was pretty interesting.
But that's all I had on that one. I just wanted to bring that up so people aren't just like questioning, well, why the hell are they got that
Why are
there,
there babies on the screen?
right? Why are there
'Cause
babies there? Because we're big, big babies. That's basically what it comes down to. So,
right, feel like a boss baby. You got the
I mean, that's what I thought when I first saw the babies. And that's when I used them. I was like, you know what? We're basically the Brother Saga podcast. What is this, Kenny? What are we doing here? We're just whining about real life. Well, whining, quote unquote. That's what everyone from the outside's gonna see. Is just whining or
pretty much.
telling. Like eventually we'll get into some more detailed stories and stuff once we're a little fresher on here and stuff. It's only technical episode 2. So I'm
Right.
sure we can dive into some stories since Saga is like that's basically what it is, great journeys, stories and shit like that. But we're in fucking quarantine right now and there's not many things happening to tell stories
Right.
about besides what happened in my living room or something like that. And this is not a sex story podcast, so we're not going there. Anyways.
Right.
Oh boy. My wife will kill me. Um yeah.
Or not. You never know.
Well, I am worth more dead to her than alive. So, at the moment since everything's shut down still. Um oh
Right.
some stuff we didn't talk about on the podcast from yesterday that I actually wanted to talk to somebody about was mm, Tyler Perry's reopening or looking to reopen his studio in Atlanta, which is kind of cool. Um he's got like a 360 or 350 acre property there that
Holy crap.
it used to be an old military base. So he converted it basically into a studio. There's a lot of like historical places there, which is pretty cool. So they don't really touch them; they just keep them up. But on this property, bro, like I've been there once, and I didn't even get to go all the way through the place because
Right.
yeah. But they've shot a couple of newer movies there recently. Um, and all the sound stages are kind of named after like actors that he found, or famous people that he found to be like, uh, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Inspiring. There we go. Like
Yeah.
Oprah has a sound stage named after her, shit like that. Um, and it's really cool. Like he's talking about making it safe to get people to come back to work because he does like 6 different shows. Just him,
Right.
his stuff. He does 6 different shows plus all of his movies and crap like that. And he's talking about getting people to come back into work, and what they would do is live at the studio for just like temporary, of course, but be on the property. I mean, there's like a church on the property. There's everything is there, dude. Um,
Right.
his place is so big. It's the first. He has the only like built White House replica White House. It's like
Really.
80% or 85% like exact replica of the real White House, and he has one on his property. Well, on the studio property, and
Right.
it's also the biggest studio in the country, so that's also a plus for him.
Right.
Oh, don't start the yawning already.
Right.
Oh shit.
So is it like outside of Atlanta then, or
No, it's like
kind of like
in like right in like the district there. Like you can see the downtown skyline from inside his place probably.
yeah.
Um so I thought it was really cool. Like what he's gonna do is because he's trying to get everything going. He said it takes about 2.5 weeks to shoot a season of each one of his shows. So he has 6 of them. And what he would do is put everybody up on the property for 2.5 weeks, let them go home or whatever after the 2.5 weeks are over, and then bring the same crews back to shoot each, all the other shows and stuff like that.
Right.
So, and I guess like they were talking about putting up like makeshift hotels or something on the property to house the crew and stuff like that. I was like, that's pretty dope. I was like, I need to get my resume out to somebody over there because I want to work again. And if they're doing
Right.
that, man, like I need some work. There's nothing going on right now here, so
Right.
um, except some crappy ass commercials people are making.
Is that how you're getting a bunch of commercials up there?
What?
You're only getting commercials over there?
Well, it's a tough market.
Right.
I mean, most of the work, anyways, comes out of Atlanta. So, like the bigger work, or if you want some longer term stuff. So,
Right.
yeah, it just depends on what you want to do and where you want to go, how far you're willing to go for that little bit of money they want to give you, or big bit of money, depending on what you're doing. So,
Right.
yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool that Tyler Perry's really trying to get his studio set up to where he can get people back into work and get more entertainment, created right now that's not made on a cell phone or in a Zoom conversation.
Right.
SNL, I'm looking at you.
Well, like, they are trying to petition Ohio governor to get the drive-ins open.
Yeah. There's one open in Florida. Well, I'm sure there's more than one, but I know there's of one that's opened up, but it's like 2 hours from me. And I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go 2 hours because there's no new movies coming to them anyways, so it doesn't really matter. It's like all the
Right.
older stuff, but it's still cool to be able to get the movie theaters opened up, some type of theater opened up, to
Yeah.
where
Because,
people
like,
can
in
watch
all of the state of
entertainment.
Ohio, there's like 26.
Drive-ins, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's a lot of drive-ins for one state.
Yeah, but there's 2 just in Northwest Ohio that I know of that
Yeah.
I could drive to.
Whew.
Because there's one out in Oregon,
Yeah.
and then there's one way out in Liberty Center,
Hmm.
which is
Well, yeah, the
out
one in
there.
Oregon is the
The Sundance.
Sundance
Yeah.
one. That was the dope one. I mean, you pay for a car and then you get in with
You
however many
used
people.
to.
Used to, yeah. Now they do per person or whatever.
Yeah, it's like 650 per adult and like, or no, 7 for adult and like 350 for kids.
That's why you shove them in the trunk and get in there. Oh man, no, I really like going to that one because you pay for one movie and you get to see 2 movies at the same time. Well,
Right.
back to back, if you could stay up that late. For some
Yeah,
people,
the one time we went and they had the kids movie second.
really, that's
I was
weird.
confused. They played Ant-Man and the Wasp first,
Uh,
and then it was like
they,
I forget what movie we went to watch.
just a random kids like.
Incredibles 2 or something like that. I don't remember. I think it was something like that. But
Okay.
we watched Ant-Man and the Wasp first, and then almost fell asleep while Allison was trying to watch the second movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
while at the same time while baby was still sleeping
The
in
nice
the back
thing,
seat.
the nice thing was, so if you're in there and you watch through your first movie and that's the movie that you really wanted to watch, okay?
Right,
So what we would do is we would watch the first movie, and like it in the second movie, if it was coming on, then we would go, and if we didn't want to see that one anyways, because say like the last one I remember going to really see was like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I think. Or that tells you how long ago that was. But like
right,
you see that, and then they would play another crappier movie afterwards, or
right,
or they would keep the good movie second to get you to stay longer, so that you would buy more refreshments and shit like that.
right,
So what I would do is we would enjoy the first movie. If I didn't want to see that second movie, but the theater right behind it, because they had two screens like that,
right,
the screen right behind it, I would just pull the car around, go to the very back of the first screen, because you can't go out and go back in and without paying again. So you
right,
go all the way to the back there when everyone else is leaving that screening, because a lot of people just leave after the first movie.
right.
So then you go there, and then you just tune your radio into whatever radio waves that movie or that screen is.
Which is a giant guessing game because you don't see it until you get to your.
Right.
Because they.
But if you've been there before,
Right,
you get to write them down or some shit like that. So
right.
it's it's one of those things. Like, yeah, it's.
Well, like there's
But again, now I don't know, because what way back in the day, it wasn't even a radio thing. It was like there were speakers there that you would pull out and put
right,
onto your door of the car, and that was how you would hear it into
right.
your car. And then
It's it's yeah. That would that's kind of nice though because then you can actually not run your car.
right, right. Well, I
Because
mean,
like every once in a while you got to start your car up
yeah, yeah,
because we
just
had
to
to
make
do
sure.
that because so we could keep the radio going. I didn't want to kill the
Mm.
battery or nothing.
I wonder if you had like, if there's a way to get like it to a Bluetooth speaker. Just take like a big old block Bluetooth speaker with you, and like figure out a way if you could
You
hook it up to that.
probably you'd probably have to like find like just a radio tuner thing on your phone or something.
Right, and then
To
throw the signal to the thing,
right,
which you'd probably lose a lot of quality from that then. But I mean,
probably
you kind of lose quality when you go to a drive-in. You're not going for the quality; you're just going for the experience.
right. Or the fact to just see a movie in general,
Right. Yeah.
especially nowadays.
Oh yeah.
You're like, I just want to watch a movie.
I can't. I don't know when the theaters are gonna open back up, but I cannot wait for when they freaking open back up, man. Like I just want to go see a movie in theaters. I don't care.
Right,
I don't even care what it is, but I just miss going by myself to see a movie.
right.
And then like, cause Black Widow got delayed, now I'm like, man, I gotta wait for whenever just to see
It's
that
like
one movie.
November now.
Yeah. Now I
I'm like,
understand though too. Me bitching about not getting to go to a movie theater is almost as bad as people bitching, or if not as bad as people bitching about not getting their hair cut. Just so we're clear, I understand me bitching about the movie theater thing is like the same damn thing. It's not a necessity; it's a desire.
right,
I can go, and throw sheet outside if I really need the movie theater thing. The whole point of the movie theater for me is to get away from the house.
right. Well, it's like when I was in high school, I used to ride my bike to the nearest mall
Mm,
and watch movies during the summer.
yeah.
Except for one time, I was literally like in the theater by myself, so I folded up two arms. I was laid across three seats just watching the movie, and my wallet fell out. And I'm like, where the hell's my wallet? I had to go all the way back to the movie theater.
Oh
I
man.
got drove back. I was like, I'm not riding all the way back
Yeah.
because it was. I knew it was probably like a good 2 miles to the bike trail, and then another 10 miles on the bike trail.
Hmm.
So probably a good like 15 miles just to get to the movie theater.
Right.
Because it's 10 miles down the one end, and then you had to come back the other fork to get to the movie theater. So it was like 15 miles
I don't think
each way to watch a movie.
I don't think I ever went to that movie theater.
Oh, the one out in Maumee,
Yeah.
the new one.
Oh, the new one?
After they closed the one on Conant.
The big one? The
Yeah,
Cineplex
that's a
thing?
church. That's a church now.
Yeah, I saw that before.
And then now it's just the two outdoor malls have a movie theater, and then the one mall has a movie theater.
Gotcha. Okay.
They changed that. And then Southwick finally got bought.
Didn't they tear that shit down?
Yeah, it's been torn down for years.
Yeah. I was gonna say they tore
Amazon
all
bought
that
it,
down. Oh, they bought the property?
property,
Yeah.
for $1.
Really?
$1, I think it was.
Well, how much back taxes were there on that property though?
Oh, dude, I don't know. Toledo owned it for the longest time, so
Oh, yeah, so they probably sold it for like $1 because they're like, well, Amazon's gonna bring in more jobs, so
yeah, it's one of their little local thingies. I forget what the hell they call it.
the
Because
distrib
they're building.
it's
No, because
not
they're doing a
distribution.
Yeah,
It's for the vans and shit that pick the product
yeah,
up
for
and
the little
deliver it
ones.
for the
Yeah,
deliveries. Yeah.
yeah. It's that kind of center over there, and then the main
Fulfillment center. No,
fulfillment center is the big one
is
that
the
they're
big
putting,
one. Yeah.
yeah, which we're getting to,
Okay.
because we're getting that off of.
We got 2 right
Uh,
now and they're planning on building like 2 more
are you
distribution
serious?
centers. Yeah.
Oh my God. No, we're getting the first one.
Cuz we're
That's
such a
supposed to
hub for
open this year, actually.
everything. Yeah.
Right. That's over by Bass Pro Shops,
Yeah.
and that thing is massive. They had to have special permits to even build it because it's too tall for the regulations where they're building it. Because the thing's like 100 feet tall almost.
Oh yeah. Oh, I heard somebody. Is she crying or puking?
He's running through the hallway laughing.
Ah.
He's like,
Laughing,
ah!
crying, puking, whatever. Same thing.
He's like screaming. Oh, he's probably getting chased through the hallway.
What
Yeah.
if I do this? Oh,
They're so loud.
I bet. All right.
Yeah.
Well, do you got much more, bro? I mean, I
I
can
don't
keep
think
making
so.
shit up. I mean, that's what the whole podcast is about, just making crap up to talk about. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Whether you turned in live or you're watching this later. Thank you, Kenny, again for showing up. Which side are you on? You're right here. I can't smack you through the window. Oh, damn. Okay. All right, guys. And we're going to end right now.